Yo, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be doing a full card UFC 324 recap. I'm gonna be going over every fight, what happened in every fight. So I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's get straight into the first fight of the night. The first fight was Ty Miller versus Adam Fugit, and this was a pretty good fight. Ty Miller got the first round knockout, but it was a good fight. Ty Miller was landing nice shots down the middle. He was hurting Fugit quite a bit, and he was landing clean almost all the time she was landing on him. Fugit did have one nice moment. He had a spinning elbow where it cut Ty Miller's, in the top of his forehead, like, right where his hairline was, and he had blood dripping down his face, but that didn't really stop Ty Miller. Ty Miller just kept moving forward, and he was hurting Fugit quite a bit, and he ended up getting the stoppage. I think it was within, like, the last 5 seconds of the round, I'm pretty sure. So this was a great performance by Ty Miller. Adam Fugit, not sure where he's gonna go in the UFC, but Um, I think Ty Miller can definitely be a contender. Yeah, he got the knockout in the last second of the fight, which is kind of crazy, but it was a good stoppage. Fugit was all over the place. So great win for Ty Miller, getting the round one knockout over Adam Fugit. So let's move on to the next fight. Next up, we had a fight between Josh Hokett and Denzel Freeman. And Josh Hokett just this was an amazing performance by him. Denzel Freeman is not a bad fighter. He has a good wrestling background. He's like a Marine. He's athletic. He's a good heavyweight. But Josh Hokett just ran through him. If the fight was on the feet, he was landing the much bigger shots. He was so much more quick than Denzel Freeman. Freeman couldn't even react to block any shots. But in like the first 5 seconds, Josh Hokett just took him down, started throwing him around on the ground, threatening submissions a lot, ground and pound. He was taunting him at times, and he was able to get the round one knockout. The stoppage was a little bit weird because he was beating him up on the feet, but then it was like last second. Denzel Freeman kind of just like ran away and kneeled down, and then the ref stopped it while Josh Hokett was flipping him off. But I feel like the ref could have stopped it earlier when Hokett was actually landing big shots on him. But this was an amazing performance by Josh Hokett. This guy's gonna be something special in the heavyweight division, and he has a good personality too. In his post-fight interview, he actually said something kind of funny. He said that the WNBA player Brittany Griner is a man, which I found pretty funny. But I like this guy. He has a good personality, and he's definitely one of the more entertaining and one of the only UFC heavyweight prospects that I really do think have a future in the UFC. So this was an amazing performance. Can't wait to see what's next for him. I hope someone in the top. It has to be someone in the top 15, I think. But other than that, this was a great performance by Josh Hokett. And then we had a fight between Alex Perez and Charles Johnson. And Alex Perez really surprised me here. He got the round one knock over Charles Johnson. I was kind of surprised. Alex Perez had been on a losing streak, a lot of injuries recently, and he was hurting Charles Johnson. He hit him with a really nice left hook, like near the temple of Charles Johnson's head, and he survived for like almost like maybe I think it was like 30 seconds just running around. He was barely surviving. He didn't know where he was, but Perez has power. We've seen it against Mateus Nicolau. He slept him, and he's hurting Charles Johnson. I think he's the first person to finish Charles Johnson. Let me see here. Yeah, he was. That was the first time Johnson has gone finished. It was by knockout against Alex Perez in the first round. But Johnson, he was gone. He was running, barely surviving. Perez would just chase him down and was able to get the knockout over him. I was surprised by this. I thought Johnson was going to really win this fight with just how Perez's recent injuries and losing streak. But this is a great win for Alex Perez. I don't. It's, it's not going to change his career too much. It's not like he's going to go on a run for the title or anything. But I don't know what's next for Charles Johnson too. He's going to have to fight someone lower in competition. Um, but this is a great bounce back win for Alex Perez, and I was really shocked by it too, actually. So that's pretty much what happened, and let's move on to the next fight. And then we had a fight between Nikita Krylov and Modestas Bukauskas, and Modestas Bukauskas not like good in this fight. It's like he never found his rhythm at all in the whole fight, which I found a little shocking. Nikita Krylov looked great. He was a cleaner striker. He was more accurate, better defense. He was able to get the knockout in the last 5 seconds of the fight. But Bukauskas, I don't know. He did not look great at all this fight. I thought he was gonna be able to perform a little better than that against Nikita Krylov, who's coming off back-to-back knockouts. But I mean, it is what it is. Nikita Krylov knocked him on the third round because Bukeskas, he knew he had to do something, and he tried to brawl once, and he got knocked out. But this is a great bounce back win for Nikita Krylov, actually, since he was coming off back-to-back losses by first round knockout. And Bukeskas, I don't really know who he should fight next, but he's he's still in a good spot. He's only has 2 losses in the UFC in this run. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but he should have looked a little bit better against Nikita Krylov, I think. He was just a slower striker. He was throwing these looping shots, just looking for the kill shot the whole time, pretty much. So yeah, that's about it. And then we had a fight between Atiba Gautier and Andre Pulaev. And I really thought Atiba Gautier was going to be able to get the round 1 knockout here in this fight. But Pulaev, he did good. He was surviving. Like, Atiba dropped him in the first 45 seconds of the fight. But he just let him get up, and we just kept surviving. Atiba definitely lost some of his danger that he usually brings in the first round. And, like, in the second and third, he kind of looked a little slowed down. And Pulev was landing shots of his own. He was landing really nice body kicks. He was hurting Atiba Gautier with some left hands. He did not do as bad as I really thought he was going to do in this fight. He actually outstruck Atiba Gautier by like 25, I think. But he did get knocked down twice. But he did good surviving, recovering. Honestly, this is a win for Andre Pulev, I think. Just not getting. He was the first person to take Atiba Gautier to a decision, and the judge thought he won a round. I couldn't really tell, but he definitely did not do as bad as he thinks. Atiba Gautier did say he was injured from on his elbow from one of Andre Puliev's kicks, but I mean that's the fight game. But overall, this was it was a pretty good fight because I was waiting for that one shot to put Puliev out, but Puliev was just he's tough. He was just surviving. He was taking the punches. He was fighting back the whole time, and it was a good striking match too. So, I think I think this is a win for Andrei Puliev with his career. Although it's a loss, it's not like, but he was meant to get like knocked out. But he did good. Atiba Gautier, I think he's still a killer. One okay performance doesn't mean he's washed or anything. Like people are saying he's a fraud now, but I don't believe that at all. But other than that, it was a good fight. A decent win for Atiba Gautier and a good. I don't know how to say this performance of losing, like a good lost performance by Andre Puliev, I guess I should say. But moving on to the next fight. Then we had Umar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. And I realized why this fight was on the prelims. It was not that great of a fight at all. There's one good moment, and I think it was like the second round when Figgy just started brawling with Umar. At that, it was like the last maybe 30 seconds of the second round, but after that, he didn't do anything else the whole fight. I mean, it was pretty much a little bit striking for Umar, then get the takedown, land prey. That's about it, honestly. There's not much really to say other than that. Um, I mean, a good win, good. It was dominating by Umar Nurmagomedov, 30-27, but the fans definitely did not like it. But he looked good in the fight. It's just he didn't look like he was trying to win that title shot or prove why he deserves the title. It was more of just to get the win, but it is what it is. Figgy, not sure where he goes after this, honestly. He's getting up there in age. He's like back and forth with losses and wins. I think he's way past his prime, unfortunately. He was a great fighter in his prime, but that's a fight game too. So this was a good win for Umar. I just don't think there's anything to prove that he's title shot worthy next, honestly. Like he should have maybe tried to look for the finish or submission on Davis Figueiredo or something. But it was an okay fight. It was a good win. But yeah, really not much to say other than that. And then we had Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen, and this was a great fight. Gene Silva, Gene Silva did start a little bit slow. I think he was just getting his reads from Arnold Allen. But this is a great back and forth fight. Both fighters were landing clean strikes. Gene Silva he looked a lot more patient. You could tell he wanted to brawl, but he knew he had to stay patient to win this fight, and that's what he did. There's a moment in the third round. If you were watching live, you definitely know what I'm talking about, or you've seen it online, where he threw Arnold Allen to the ground, and then Arnold was like on his knees, and then Gene Silva goes and jumps on his like he stands on his back and jumps off it, which was honestly really funny to see live. I had no idea what he's doing in the moment. I see him get on Arnold Allen's back and just jump off. I'm like, what the hell? But I mean, it was entertaining to see. This was a great fight. The round 2 and 3 were just back and forth. It was a great fight to see. Gene Silva, I still think he's one of the best in the division, even after that Lopez loss. I think he just got too crazy in that fight. But Arnold Allen held in there too. He is coming off, I think, like a year and a half, almost maybe almost 2 years from his fight with Giga Chikadze. Maybe not 2 years, I don't think, but he looked good too there. He's definitely one of the best in division too. But Gene Silva was a better man that night. So this was a good one for Gene Silva. Good bounce back win after Lopez. He looked good. His cardio looked good too. He was there all 3 rounds. So this is a great win for Gene Silva. And then we had a fight between Natalia Silva and Rose Namajunas. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really pay full attention to this fight. Not gonna lie. So, but I think Natalia Silva won just when I was kind of glancing, landing better strikes. She got a takedown. I really don't have much to say on this fight. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to make anything up. I think it was a close fight. I'm pretty sure. Like round 1 was really close, and then Natalia Silva won round 3. I'm pretty sure, but the judges gave round 1 to Natalia Silva, which won her the fight. But Natalia Silva is definitely on a roll in this division. She's gonna get the title shot next, I believe. But yeah, that's all I can really say about the fight. I didn't really pay that much attention to it. I'm gonna be honest. So let's move on. And then we had a fight with two massive heavyweights, Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis, the Knockout King. Round 1 was a little bit slow. Derek Lewis always just looking for the kill shot. Waldo was the quicker heavyweight. He was able to see Derek Lewis's shots and get out the way, and good defense. Then the second round, this is a weird knockout kinda. It was a striking exchange, and then Derek Lewis like steps back or something, and he slips and just falls on his back. Waldo just passes his like the guard gets onto like side mount pretty much. Like he wasn't on top, but he was like on the side. It was like side mount kind of. I don't know if that's the thing, but you probably know what I'm talking about. And just started landing heavy, huge ground and pound. Derek Lewis just did nothing about it. He probably just didn't want to do anything about it. But yeah, he just got knocked out like that. He slipped. Waldo got on top of him. Elbows. Fight's over. But other than that, it was pretty much just a slower fight. Waldo Cortez was just ahead of him in pretty much everything. Better defense, more strikes. Derek Lewis only landed 8 strikes because he was again just going for the kill shot. And yeah, this is a great one for Waldo. Waldo is one of the best heavyweight fighters now. The way he's taking short notice fights, he's knocking people out. This guy's great. So great win for Waldo Cortez Acosta to knock out the Knockout King. Let's move on to the co-main event. We had a fight between Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong. This was a really close fight. A lot of people thought Song Yadong was up 2 after the first 2 rounds, but the judges gave it to Sean O'Malley. It was a really close fight. It was hard to decide who actually won. Um, Song Yadong outstruck Sean O'Malley by 2 strikes. Song Yadong was able to mix in 3 takedowns. O'Malley did display a little bit better, like to stand up after getting takedown, but that's against Song Yadong. He used the omoplata really well to get up, which that was very nice. But Sean O'Malley, he was a little bit of a slow starter. Like in round 3, he was really piecing up Song Yadong, but it's just the first 2 rounds. Like it's not a 5-round fight, but it still got him the win, so can't really say much. It was a very close fight when watching it. Song Yadong looked great too. His speed, it was great actually. This was a great back and forth fight. Honestly, good striking match. Sean O'Malley was just able to edge out the win, but it was a very close scorecard wise. But other than that, this is a great fight, great co-main, and a good win for Sean O'Malley after back-to-back losses against Marab. He's back in the win column, so we'll see what's next for him. I don't know who he could fight. Maybe like Umar, because I don't think Umar deserves the title after that performance against Davison Figueiredo. I don't think he proved anything. Sean O'Malley and Umar would be a great fight. I'd like to see that too. So, But let's move on to the main event.
The main event between Justin Gaethje and Paddy Pimblett did not go the way I thought. I really thought Paddy Pimblett was going to dominate with his grappling, but he barely went for actual any real takedowns.
But the one thing you have to say about Paddy Pimblett is his durability. This guy was eating shots. He got dropped twice, and he got up somehow both times. But when Paddy got backed up against the fence this fight, it's like he was about to die. Like the second Gaethje would back him up to the fence, Gaethje would land something big and drop him. Like that happened twice. I did see that the second, I think the second knockdown was due to like an eye poke, which was actually kind of bad when you seen it. And but I mean, ref didn't see it, so but Gaethje has a lot of power as that was shown, but Paddy's too really very, very durable. Like on the ground, he's eating ground pound, but he'd just always just move, just survive, so the ref wouldn't stop it. Like I think it was the first round he almost got knocked out. I thought the fight was actually gonna be over there. I thought Paddy was just crumbled up, but no, he fought back for 5 whole rounds. I just don't know why he didn't use his grappling. That's the main thing that shocked me, honestly. Because if he really grappled Justin Gaethje at the beginning, I really think he would have won this fight if he got the takedowns, but he didn't. So, but a great fight. It was a great back and forth fight. This is a great main event to start UFC for 2026. Paddy was landing shots of his own. He was hitting Justin Gaethje too in the later rounds. Like both fighters were there for all 5 rounds, just throwing back and forth. This is a great fight. Good win for Justin Gaethje. I think he's one of the oldest fighters to win the lightweight title. I think he's 37 or something. Pretty old, but if he fights Ilya, he's gonna lose. If he fights Arman, he's gonna lose. I don't see much of a future title run at all. But this is a great main event. It's not much to complain about it. It was very entertaining to watch. So this was a great start to UFC 2026.
All right, guys, that is my UFC 324 full card recap of everything that happened in the fights. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. And thank you guys for all the subscribers. It means a lot. And I'm going to post my UFC 325 breakdown soon, so stay tuned.